Hello, I am Andy and I'm going to read to you a weekly horoscope from the 26th of November up to December the 2nd. And this is for you coming from Scorpio. So let's start with November the 26th, which is a Sunday, and it's brilliantly good for you in the morning, afternoon and a bit of the early evening period. Whatever you want to do has long-term possibilities turning very good for you. So the people you meet, don't expect immediate results, but the long term, they are the good people who will help you in any area of your life. Look smart, go out socializing, be discussing business with people if you want to, although it's a Sunday, be with your colleagues or your bosses, and whoever you are with, morning, afternoon, you will do well with them. I really don't like your evening and nightfall period. And here are two planets that bring failure and bring somehow a feeling of letdown or depression even, or frustration. And so what happens in the evening nightfall period is not very stable for you. Perhaps the people you're going to meet may create the problem. Perhaps it's you who will create the problem. Whoever you are out with, your romance partner, your marriage partner or family people, or with your people you work with or business people, tell yourself that you have to be on your guard to not saying anything wrong, because that itself can create problems. I see emotional planets there in the evening nightfall session, so you will tend to be overly emotional and you will tend to behave in a way where rather than use facts and figures, you will talk emotionally that way. So stick to facts and figures evening nightfall period and you will do better. November the 27th starts very well for you and produces plenty of opportunities in job, in career areas, in business areas. Have lunch with the people you love. You will be very happy to do that. The bonding will take place so nicely. Evening nightfall period remains also good, and it produces making you good contacts that can help you in job, that can help you in business. If looking for a romance, there's every possibility to try. Only don't try too hard. Don't overdo this tendency of over-determination of wanting to get what you want. Relax. It's going to be a perfectly good day throughout the whole day and night. So relax and things will go your way. Looking for a good relationship, you can get it. Let's go to November the 28th, Tuesday, which turns against you. And here we see blame can come in your place of work or in business. Blame can come even from the people you love. Difficulty in getting partnerships going, in getting relationships doing well. Difficulty in getting support. It's all about not being stubborn, not being a perfectionist, not being arrogant. And if you cannot do these things, you will do much better in your morning, afternoon and evening period. I like your evening and nightfall period very much. You become extremely lucky. That's how the 24 hours can change in between. And this good planet is actually also seen in your morning, afternoon period, but can't do much because this planet has to move around, not allowed to be stable. So it brings little opportunities, then disappears. Good news little bit, then disappears. But evening and nightfall session, this planet settles down very strongly and is able to really help you become very lucky, unexpectedly sometimes, suddenly sometimes. So be out and about, looking good. Go out for any purpose. Is it the help you need at work or in business or looking for a romance or wanting to bond in family? Do that in the evening nightfall period and you will do very well. The 29th, which is a Wednesday. Now, this starts very poorly for you. There is a lot of problems that can easily erupt at your place of work or in business. And even in areas of marriage or romance, things can go very wrong. You can only control yourself. You cannot control anybody else. So start with yourself. Definitely not showing temper, no aggression. Definitely not showing moodiness. Definitely not wanting to change your mind about everything. Don't do all these things and you will lessen the trouble waiting in whatever contact you have for the morning, afternoon and evening periods. You need to focus on what you have to do. Deadlines can come and go and be broken. And you will find that blame then comes at your place of work, or in evening you cannot promise you too much because you won't be able to deliver. So keep all this in mind. Try to keep your feet on the ground. Be logical. That's very important. Evening and nightfall period becomes very good for you. There's a planet that's very much a business planet, a planet of communication and marketing skills, and you suddenly find solutions in the evening nightfall session. So if you're working late, a good idea. You can rectify all the earlier problems. And even if you're socializing, you'll be very lucky. Whatever you say, whatever you do, people like to hear. They like to be with you. So it's a dramatic change from the morning, afternoon to the evening and the nightfall period. So use the evening nightfall period to relay the messages you want more than the earlier period. November the 30th for you starts very nicely and produces support at your place of work or in business very quickly, and you are definitely on the trail to expansion of your responsibility, more money, having more power, being able to get going as to what you want. And if you are in business, you will see expansion plans, you will see good business contacts being made as well. So get your morning, afternoon and early evening periods definitely fortified for the sake of job or business. And if you're chasing for a romance, no point, no harm making the contact. But evening nightfall becomes extremely bad. The worst planet in Scorpio is there. And so you will have difficulties in the evening nightfall session. This worst planet is also seen in the earlier part of the day, trying to make you have differences in relationships and business partnerships with your bosses as well at your place of work. It's trying to do that but can't do much, can't take it to the maximum. Little bits of problems are there. But then evening nightfall period, this planet takes charge. And that's when all this come balled up into a big cannonball coming straight at you in the evening nightfall session. So be on your best behavior in the evening nightfall session with whoever you are. And that will help you a great deal, being aware that relationships and partnerships can be very troubled on this evening nightfall of November the 30th, which is a Thursday. Let's move to December the 1st, which is a Friday. And you are going to have a lot of problems as well. This time you can be aloof. This time you can be not responsive to what people want. This time you can be not a team player. You can show arrogance. Well, if you do all that, you're certainly going to have a worse and worse and worse morning and afternoon period, and that's not what you want. So be the opposite. Be appreciative. Be supportive of everybody else. Allow them to take the lead. This way you won't be blamed. And you will slowly be able to control a pretty bad morning and afternoon period and bring it to your favor even. The evening nightfall period is very good. The planets of communication, of money, of marketing skills, all these are doing very well. So solutions are going to be found where earlier part of the day you couldn't, in all areas, even in love areas, in romance, marriage areas. Avoid argument at any cost. This planet wants you to argue and therefore make things worse. If somebody else keeps arguing, listen. That person will get tired after a while when you don't reply. And then things will simmer down. I like your evening nightfall session very much. I want you to dress well, look well, go out socializing, go out hunting for romance, be with the people you love. Definitely want to mix business and pleasure as well. A lot to gain in the evening nightfall period. December the 2nd, Saturday, starts very miserably for you. Now it's a Saturday, it's supposed to be happy. Well, if you're working, then the problems would be at your place of work, or if you're conducting business, then there would be a difficulty in business areas as well on this morning, afternoon period of Saturday, December the 2nd. But if you are on holiday, you don't want to spoil things. Let others take the lead. Don't want to be moody, don't want to be changeable, don't want to be fussy, don't want to be disagreeable. That way you will lessen and lessen and lessen the exposure to risk, which is waiting to make your morning, afternoon, early evening period better and worse. And so, if you can just listen to me and behave the way I've asked you to take it easy and just let others take charge, you will see that you are going to enjoy your morning, afternoon period. Evening nightfall period becomes even worse. So it's a whole morning, afternoon, evening nightfall period, 24 hours of trouble one by one. The more you allow things to go wrong in the earlier part of the day, the worse they will become in the night. And so, hour by hour lesson, be on your guard. What you say, what you do, must be taking the soft approach, definitely. Guard your words and guard your action. And this way, the retaliation will not be there. If it's the other side that's troubling you, whether in love areas, whether job areas, or whether business areas, take it calmly and tell yourself the whole day is not going to provide any solutions. So let me just listen and take notes and become aware of what is the real big problem, and let me tackle it on another day. That would be the best approach. If you don't have to socialize evening, nightfall, don't, because things are going to go very wrong. Possibilities of you suffering from some kind of a bad luck situation is seen there. Drive carefully as well. Well, I'm already Skyping and I'm charging USD 50 for a 90-minute Skype session, and that will have to do with your next 5, 6 or 7 years. And so in these 90 minutes, I'll have your date of birth and time of birth. I'll be looking at your palms while we Skype. I would already have asked you, if possible, to send me photos of both your palms by email. It's always sharper. And I will face read you, and I will also use Kabbalistic tarot if you want. And so I will concentrate on your next 5 or 6 years in all areas of your life. And by doing that, I will put you on the right track to make your next 5, 6 or 7 years as profitable, as happy, as successful as can be. That's what I'm going to. If I do find snags here and there and difficulties approaching, I will tell you that as well. But knowing that much earlier, you will be able to find solutions much more easily. Well, until then, thank you and good luck.